I request principal sir, secretary sir, chief guest and non-associate NCC officer to like. Now I request Lieutenant Thomas Mr. Gauri, Associate NCC Officer, to deliver the welcome address.
NCC Cadets, I am Lieutenant Thomas Gauri, from the National College, and Tamil NCC. I welcome the dignitaries of the stage, respected principal, Captain Dr. Santosh Babu, today's chief guest, Professor Uttam Kumar Jadavani, Defense and Strategy Management Department Head, Madras, and the College Placement Officer, Honorable Sir, and other EAOs, the cadets from different colleges, 5 company infantry, and 1 member of NCC, and those who are watching online. Welcome all, and my gratitude for this opportunity and the sanctioning all the financial needs, and also thank our principal. It's continuously guiding and they are motivating. So for sure this initiative to continue this seminar for the 9th year. Thank you, sir. And once again, I welcome all. Thank you.
Now request principal to felicite chief guest with a fruit bouquet and other way. Now I request the college principal, Captain Dr. S. Santosh Babu, to deliver the president letters.
Very good morning. Happy to be part of this program. After long years, we have our chief guest, Professor Uttam Kumar, Professor Different Strategy Studies, University. He's known to me for the past 25 years, and he's also the best friend also. On behalf of the management and myself, cadets, I like to welcome you for this seminar for career opportunities for NCC cadets. We have our placement officer, Balaji, is guiding the students to be placed in a good company package without the test. You are able to is working hard to have a moment unit running on. And an idea that the cadets from both armored and family. Also, the fact a lot of cadets are moving to online. You know about our cadets in Vaishnav College, about the armored and infantry. All together, for achievement of once we are doing one job each. Together, get a good name in the society. Running the seminar, because I found the armored officers of the state, so about 30 years before, operating and cadets decided, apart from training and apart from doing activities, social service, activities, want to give some career opportunity for that. What came into my mind, the period of so we discussed myself and the principal about this, and we are able to do some NCC for our hands, doing some programs. They are not thinking about the training opportunity of the characters. What are the opportunities that actually known to them? And also the characters, but especially to the characters. So keeping this mind in mind, this seminar was started. For the past 8 years, it went on very well. 9th year also, for our career. So based on the organization, teachers are from various institutions, IAS Academy, Defense Academy, recruitment centers, and we are able to get, even in one time we have conducted a quiz for the students. Like that, we are able to get a good resource person from outside the college, and through which we are training, we are educating the student about the career opportunity. So this is the story of this particular seminar. And keeping in line only, we are going to have various seminars for you with respect to opportunity in defense, opportunities banking sector, UPSC, TNPSC. We are going to have. This is the story of this particular seminar, which was conceived by me and the then principal for this DG Vaishnav College. I like to congratulate the armored unit for taking this now, and this will continue. This is not the end. This is a continued process. But what is the advantage for this student is the students will come and go, but we, the faculty members and the officers, will remain the same. Even if you have 13th seminar or 15th seminar, that he will be there, or I will be there in name of some other. But the students is not like that. Every year the students change. Every year, the third year will be the organizing person for this program. So what are the programs done? The second year and first year, they will be making note of the positive and negative things of this program. Because when the same opportunity is given to them in the next year, they have to avoid the negatives and they have to increase the positives. So because of that, conducting program itself is a training for the cadets. Whether we are creating awareness about the job opportunities or not is the secondary. The primary thing of conducting these seminars and conferences, making the students to do some programs beyond the class hours, where the final years will be doing this, second year and first year will be watching this. Next year, the same second year, they will be doing better than this. After conducting eight programs, I know what are the things we have not done this time. I know because of the COVID, we are not able to do much. So we need to, in the previous things, the whole auditorium will be full, where we used to get 400 cadets throughout the state, even from Kanyakumari, even from Nagarkoil, even from Coimbatore. The cadets used to come and they will be staying here in the classes and they will be attending the program, and the evening they will go to our hometown. So this is the things happened for the last 8 years. Because of this COVID-19, we are not able to publicize and we are not able to do it. But in turn, we are able to do it through online. This is the first time we are doing this for NCC, where the program is telecasted through YouTube, through online, and where it is a stored image. And whenever the cadets they want, they can hear it. This is the latest one which was introduced in the 9th seminar. So as far the cadet is concerned, it's a learning process of conducting programs, how to conduct the program, how to execute the program, yes, how to receive them, how to send them. As far as knowledge, audience is concerned, they are going to gain a knowledge for the whole day. It is not like other program where we are not going to talk about the subjects. Here we are going to talk about your future. Whole seminar package will consist of how you are going to plan the future. You know very well that few people, they will decide at during the school education at the time of 8th itself, 9th itself. They started training, preparing themselves for that, like IIT, JEE, like that. Some people after joining +1 and +2, they will train themselves to go for NEET, like that, train themselves. After joining medicine, after joining the college like us, then you have to prepare yourself what you are going to be. For that, you have to train yourself. So training, whether it is physical training or mental training, is very important. It should be like a package. For everything, it should be a pre-planned capsule. If there is no pre-planned capsule, reaching the target is not an easy job. So this pre-planned capsule could not be given to you in a single day. The single day is just to light, like how we are lighting the Kutuvelakku. Like that, we are lighting your mind to think about your future, think about your career, for which what we have to do, what I have to do. First, you have to think what I have to do, what I am today, what I am to be tomorrow. For that, what I have to do. So this is a very important 3 point you have to think in your mind, and accordingly you have to train yourself. According to you, make yourself fit to the particular job. Job will not come to you. You have to make yourself fit for the job. That is very important. How the cat, because these things are known to you, because for going to participate in RDC, you know the requirement. You will be starting the training right from the first year onwards. All of a sudden, nobody can go for TSC or RDC. One fine morning, the second year end, sir, I am going for TSC, RDC. No. When the first year itself, officers will be identifying, this fellow is meant for RDC, this fellow is meant for TSC. So the RDC guy will be given a training on that, all aspects. For TSC guy, they will be given training on that, like firing, everything will be given. And they will be trained. When they come to the second year, they will be selected for RDC and TSC, they will come out. The final year, they can use the medals and they can tell to the juniors stating that because of my hard work, I went to TSC, I went to RDC. So this is the thing which is happening in NCC. It's a wonderful thing, which is NCC gives you a lot of perfections for you. As a faculty of computer science, before taking job in NCC 2003, means how I behave. After 2003, how I begin. It is totally, it will change. Total behavior will change. Total physical attitude change. Your bearing will change. Your dressing will change. Your haircut will change. Total change will come in your life when you are if you become an NCC cadets. So the NCC and the studies are two eyes. If you concentrate more on studies, okay. If you concentrate more on NCC, means you should be balancing. So you should have you have to energize the balance. You have to balance both studies and NCC. If you are able to do it, you will definitely will come very high in your career. Please, NCC cadets, take this seminar serious. You can collect all the information, make a note of it, and accordingly you train yourself for the better career. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I begin our first session of the seminar on the topic Career Opportunities in Uniform Services. Professor Uttam Kumar Jamatakni is the Head of Defence Strategic Studies, University of Madras. Currently, he holds an additional responsibilities as Director, Planning and Development. He earned his doctorate from University of Madras. He also has a postgraduate in Political Science. He holds an Advanced International Diploma from the Department of Peace and Conflict Research at the University of Uppsala in Sweden. He continues to address armed forces institutions like Defence Services Staff College, Wellington, National Defence College, New Delhi, College of Naval Warfare, Mumbai, and Officers Training Academy in Chennai. He is an academic board of various universities. Now I hand over the session to you, sir.
Distinguished principal of this temple of learning, Captain Dr. Santosh Babu, Replacement Officer Mr. Balamurali Krishna, a dear friend of mine, who also is an alumnus of the Department of Defence and Strategic Studies at the University of Madras, Lieutenant Somasundara Ori. The reason why I am here today is because of you. Thank you very much for that invitation, and of course to the principal. And my dear colleague from the University of Madras, Madam Kalpana, my beloved NCC cadets, students, ladies and gentlemen who are watching this through live streaming, it is absolutely my pleasure and privilege to be here and to share some of my thoughts and whatever possible guidance that I would be providing to the young cadets of the National Cadet Corps. One might wonder what locus I have to, talk to you with regard to career guidance in armed forces. And of course, in a function like this in National Cadet Corps. Let me tell you, very frankly and honestly, every time I come here, I step into this college. I call it a temple of learning. Every time I step into this, I feel excited and I feel elated. You know why? My association with this college goes back to 1985. And this association came in because of only one factor, and that is NCC, nothing else. Sir, I was part of the One Tamil Nadu Air Squad in NCC. And I tell this, year before I was here to hoist the national flag on the Independence Day. So I did share my thoughts on that day too, but every time I feel like saying this because of my innate association with the DG Vaishnav College, the prominent educational landmark in this city of Chennai. Getting to study here itself is a prestige and a privilege for all of you. That I do not know how many of you realize, because many people do come to us, for seeking, accommodation and seats and all that. But we tell them no. They go by their own rules and regulations. Don't cause us any embarrassment. So that is the kind of advice that we provide. But having said that, my dear friends, myself being a former NCC cadet who have taken part in your own Cado Fest and other, programs, I did send a WhatsApp image this morning to Lieutenant Somasundara Ori showing that my 1986 certificate where I took first prize in drill, in your college, where I was a young NCC cadet. I did attend the Rajpath in 1987. And we were also part of Prime Minister's rally at the Rajpath. Just now, the distinguished principal has been saying how difficult it is to, attend the Republic Day parade in NCC. Some of you might have done it. Some of you might be, aiming for it. But keep your aims very high. But having said that, my dear friends, principal waxed eloquent on the positive attributes of National Cadet Corps. We who have been associating with the NCC for a long time, like Captain Santosh Babu, we had a little bit of a concern a few years ago because we were inclined to think probably the NCC has not been paid due attention what it deserves. But the Prime Minister's address last Independence Day really gave us that kind of a morale booster where he said NCC would be made use of for the purposes of national security. And he also very specifically mentioned that whichever states that are located on the coastal fronts would be used for coastal security and other measures, and the states which are located up north on the territorial front would be utilized for the other purposes. So NCC is back in its own prime now. So we feel happy, I feel really glad, and I feel really, empowered because we feel that NCC is such a marvelous thing that happens in the country. Not only in this country, of course, where you can see the counterparts of NCCs in every country. Like, you have it in Singapore, you have it in United States, you have it in Canada, you have it in many other countries. Comparatively, we are doing much better. Of course, given the huge population that we have in this country and limited opportunities that we have had at one point in time, but today it is not so anymore. So what my take today would be, I would be giving you, ideas, and I would also be telling you what are the areas that you can focus upon a bit later, because the time is precious. Now we are in the inaugural session. I don't want to hold principal much because he's in the hot seat, and he's required for every purpose here. For anything, one has to go to the principal. So that kind of a seat that he holds. So I know the preciousness of his time. But I would like to tell you only one thing. Armed forces, my dear friends, which we are going to be talking about, are a world in itself. When I say world in itself, you find anything and everything in an armed force. You have varieties of trade in armed force. If you are a technocrat, yes, you have a place in armed force. If you are a computer science professional, yes, you have a place in armed force. If you have done your commerce graduation, yes, you have. If you are inclined towards education, yes, you have a space in armed force. So anything that you do in your life has something or the other to do with armed forces, because armed forces are a unique world in itself. Being in NCC, that gives you a privileged or a special advantage where you can enter into armed forces with, comparatively speaking with other non-NCC counterparts, you will have a fair advantage. So what this advantage that you're going to be gaining, I would probably be able to tell you that. So that concessions which are being provided to the National Cadet Corps in the armed forces recruitment, be it Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, or Central police forces. So I would be able to tell you. But in CC, like principal said, it teaches you etiquette. When I say etiquette, it changes you the way, it transforms you, your personality. He spoke about the dress, he spoke about the haircut, he spoke about the behavior. That's what I call it, etiquette. It absolutely transforms the personality. And it gives you, and you would be probably you can become a multitasking personality even. You ask Captain Dr. Santosh Babu, he would be able to tell you, because he's been pioneering in this NCC for a long time now, be it his own bike rallies, be it his own, this is his brainchild after all. What we are here today is the brainchild of Captain Santosh Babu. He's following this. I'm really very glad, because this is the platform where you will learn much more, like Captain said, be it adaptability, because it's a teamwork. You're going to be adapting yourself to a big team, isn't it? You have to go with the team, be it a drill, be it a PT parade, be it, whatever, be it a group discussion, but you have to be going with the team. So it gives you adaptability. It gives you boldness. It gives you boldness. It gives you courage. It gives you determination. It gives you empowerment. You can go from A to Z, one can go on. So with all that zeal and enthusiasm, you can really make your life better and better every day. So that is the way in which one can really look at this entire institution called National Cadet Corps. I do not know, my dear friends, how many of you have looked at the website of the National Cadet Corps. Can any one of you tell me who's the Director General of NCC today? Can any one of you tell me? I would probably identify some of these students sitting in uniform here, cadets. Tell me, who is the present Director General? Yes? Excellent. Thank you so much. You saved me, because my heart was beating like this, whether somebody is going to say this or not. Congratulations, I'm very happy. Lieutenant General Tarun Kumar H, Ati Vishishta Seva Medal. My dear friends, they all happen to be our own students. He holds an MSc in Defense and Strategic Studies, like our placement officer, Mr. Bala Murali Krishna. He also holds an MPhil from the Department of Defense and Strategic Studies. Your own Director General, National Cadet Corps today. He has assumed office in the month of January 2021. You can make big out of National Cadet Corps. I will tell you how to go about, what to do, and all such things a bit more later. But let me, as part of the inaugural session, give my commendations to both the principal and Lieutenant Somasundara Ori for having given me this excellent opportunity to be sharing the platform with all of you. And thank you for this excellent inaugural session. Thank you very much for inviting me. It is my singular privilege to be here. Thank you all. Have a good day.
I would like to thank everyone for making this session a successful one. I would also like to thank our ever supportive principal sir, our secretary sir, and our unit ANO sir Somasundravori sir, and also the guest speaker for making this event a very informative one. Thank you.